Tree.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the Monday Wraps. It's great to be back with you. And if I can get my upside of Rob Doyle to zoom out there. And what a lovely day we have here for you today.
Indeed, it was 29 yesterday and it was a lovely Sunday after all the rain, wasn't it, Barry?
And look at that, everybody. Well, joining me in the studio now at 20 past 8. Good morning, Rob Doyle. Welcome back.
Thank you, Barry. It's good to be back, mate. I haven't had a lot of opportunities since this new year started to do some filming, but I'm looking forward to it now.
So, today on this show, I'd like to talk a little bit about getting your car serviced before the all-important Easter trip away. Now, we know that Easter is approaching, and you'd like to go away and that, but have you serviced your car yet? Because if you haven't, you better get down to your workshop pretty quickly. And here's my outsider for his view on this.
Yeah, I agree with you, Barry, because if people are going to be travelling for 5 hours or 6 hours or even 10 hours to get somewhere, like Queensland for instance, then their car needs to be in good shape and have the right amount of water and oil and all that sort of thing. And if you try and get it in just a couple of days before Easter, you could be disappointed. So now's the time to get down to that and do it.
And also make sure that your gearbox and all your batteries are in good nick, and your tyres. Because if something goes wrong with your car, that's it. You've had it.
You got to wait for the NRMA, haven't you? And if you're not a member, well, you're stuffed.
Completely. So please, viewers, get your car in before you go and sit down with the family as well to discuss about the family holiday, because the family trip, okay, you don't want anybody getting sick beforehand, because you would have had to undo all the arrangements with the hotel or motel or wherever you were planning to stay at. So have a good talk with the family about the trip and work out how much it is going to cost per person. Here's Rob for this.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like a bit of planning, I reckon, Barry, and it's a great idea for you to remind people of this, because you know, if you don't plan things and you get something's missing when you get to where you've got to go, then it can spoil the holiday, or at least make things very inconvenient for you. So it's a good idea to do a bit of planning and be ahead of time.
And always write a list of things you need to take, such as your clothing, your toiletries, whatever. But don't leave it till the last minute. You have to be a responsible person and work out how much money you are going to need for that all-important trip away, such as food, accommodation, petrol, amusement parks if you plan to take the kids there. So here's Rob for this.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. I mean, even if you're not going away and you're just spending your time around home, you still got to plan things in the morning before you head off for the day, particularly with young children. So you know that you're not caught short there. You've got to take things for the kids to eat, and if you're going on a picnic, and organise everything else and make sure you know the right way to get to where you're going to go. So yeah, that's a good point. Not just if you're travelling a long way.
So the last thing we'd like to mention is the 000 number. Don't ring them unless you have an emergency. So for those of you that miss the same 000 for Saving Lives video, you can download that as well and show your kids that. And here's Rob now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Download and watch that video, Barry. It's a good note to end on because it's not just the adults that the parents that need to be reminded to do things. The children have to be responsible too. That's part of growing up, and they have to organise themselves for whatever they're going to be doing over Easter as well.
Here's a quick topic now that we're coming into the winter months. Are you in the mood for a yummy stew? Well, I can tell you right now, I had one last night and it was beautiful. Beef stew, everybody. So, stews are a comforting meal for a cold winter's night with pasta and lots of bread to mop up the juices. Here's my offsider now.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. It's such a winter food, isn't it, a stew, Barry? They're not only yummy and delicious, but they're good for you too, because just like animals that sort of put on a bit more weight in the winter because it's colder, that's what human beings do as well, and eating those sorts of meals like stews and that will just keep your weight at a good level so that you're not getting too skinny and being too cold. So a nice note to finish on, Barry.
And the very last thing this morning, viewers, before we head off to our day option, is the end of daylight saving, Saturday the 1st of April, before we go to bed. So here's my offsider to remind the viewers of that before we say farewell.
That's right, we get an extra hour of sleep coming up soon because we've got to turn our clocks back.
Yeah.
And so that hour that you lost when you put your clocks forward, you get it back now, and so you get a little bit more of a sleep in one night. So yeah, that's a good reminder too, Barry. What do you know what the actual date is?
The 2nd of April.
2nd of April, so that's coming up very soon. So yep, well that's good. Plenty of good advice in a pretty short space of time this morning, Barry, and I look forward to maybe doing the Monday afternoon wrap with you.
Yep, and we thank you very much for joining us this morning, and you take care, everybody, and enjoy the sunny weather that we got here. So if I can just get Rob to zoom out there once more.
As the car goes past, taking some of the clients away, look at that lovely blue sky, just magnificent. Oh my goodness, that is just something else, isn't it, Baz? Look at the green grass there. And back to our lead man to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning I should say.
Well, that's our program for Monday the 27th of March. I'm Barry Fear, and I'll see you this afternoon. Good morning, everybody.